All right, it's Monday, and here we go with part 3 of the retaining wall build here next to the driveway. So today, probably not going to use the tractor at all, but the tools I'm going to be using here, shovel, nice flat-headed shovel, because when you lay the block in, you want to cut out a nice, you don't want to dig too deep. You dig too deep, you disturb the soil, and it loses compaction, and your wall might sink. So you got to be very careful. And the most important tools today are going to be levels. Make sure each one of these blocks that you start with are nice and level, and then the blocks you lay on top are going to be level, of course. And there's a lot of measuring and figuring with this. I'm not going to bore you with all those details. What we've done so far, just as a recap, is dug out all of the topsoil, that squishy, crappy topsoil that you don't want to put stuff on, down to the clay, put in a good solid base of gravel, compacted that down in nicely. So got a good base to start with. This is dug back so far because, you know, like I said, dug out all the topsoil, but also you want to blend the old driveway in with the new driveway. So let's get to work. So I think I'd explained before that we have this wall that I built earlier that goes behind the shed here. Somewhat of a retaining wall, not going to be nearly as much of a retaining wall as this because we're going to be driving on it and maybe back in that trailer filled with loads of stuff. So this is just a 6-layer retaining wall with fill behind it. It's good and solid. It's been here a couple years, but I need to take out this section here, and we're just going straight. So all the way back to about that stone back there, I need to take this all apart. Yeah. Okay, so now I've gotten down to this bottom layer, and of course all of this backfill, you can tell here, it wants to fall in. So I need to prep the next spot. I just need to turn this block and then start going this way. So we're gonna just dig this out right along this orange line that I made, so we know it's straight. Once again, don't dig down too deep. This needs to stay level, especially this bottom row. Get this thing turned straight. And the rubber mallet is good for gentle persuasion. That looks pretty straight with the rest of that. It's going uphill. That's good. That's not good. Backside. This is actually really good to pound these down in to get them into place, because then they're going to sit and not sink. It's still going uphill a little bit. That's good now. Other way. That's perfect. All right, let's get another stone on that so this doesn't sink in. All of this fill wants to just fall in behind. You got to get these things have, if you haven't used these before, they have a ridge on the back of them here, and it's got to lock in behind the bottom row or else they'll slide. I think I got it there. Yep. That's good. All right. Another one on top of that. Uh-oh. Yeah, it came up out of there. It's got a rock under it or something. Oh my gosh, lots of rocks under it. Come on. There we go. That's good. This will get way easier and way faster. Once I get a good solid bottom row in. All right, there, that is good, good, good. Yeah, so here's what I've done now. It's starting to go straight now. And I got my line, so I know exactly where to go. Just keep doing it. Okay, well now that section what was crooked is nice and straight. Straight along there. Took all the curve out of that and laid it straight. So I'm out of those blocks, so now I gotta go get pallets of new blocks. Pressure like a drip, 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 and it never stops. Whoa. Pressure and a tip, 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 still you just wanna pop. Whoa. Okay, we've got two types of block here, and you know how I am about repurposing stuff. This came from my brother's house. Look at the front of it. It's got one solid pattern pretty much. And these are the ones we're using for the wall. They have a more decorative look to them. They're the same shape and same size. These are solid. These have a hollow center. So there's going to be a lot of blocks that you don't see that are getting hidden by dirt. I'm going to use these and bury them, because if you're going to bury them, who cares what they look like, right? So now we come to an interesting stopping point here. So right here, I'm going to have Schedule 40 PVC daylight right here in between this rock. And I'm going to run a French drain at the bottom, at the base, behind the wall. So of course, it'll have good drainage. Reason I'm using Schedule 40 over here is because of this bush and all the roots and stuff that are going to want to creep into the pipe. So I'm going to, until I get clear of the roots, I'm going to use Schedule 40, and then I'm switching to perforated corrugated 4-inch. So I got to put this together and fit this into place. That's next. All right. So one thing, I don't know, the good and bad of it. The good thing yesterday, we got a ton of rain because it showed me where my trench was level and where it wasn't. Had a tiny little high spot right here, but the rest of it was boom, perfect. This right here where it comes to dirt slopes down just enough, I think just enough, so that that'll drain out. So got my 90 that's going to go in here, tucked way back there. I need a tiny short piece. Let's find out how long I need. Oh, I'm gonna need, we're gonna do about a 12-inch piece. All right, cut my 12-inch piece, ready to go. There's some stuff happening off camera that you guys aren't seeing. I'm doing a lot of digging with shovels to clean this up, but I'll just say what the rental guy said when I ran that excavator. Shovels suck. Gotta use them though. Sometimes you gotta do the labor. I don't care about gluing this together. There's my hammer. Oh. Yeah, it's not really gonna matter. That's good. This is not pressurized, it's not sewer or anything like that. So that's gonna go in there. Yeah, I think that's good. This will get covered up and I'll just have a slate. Yeah, good. Okay, put the longer piece in. Man, it's kind of windy today. Nobody forecasted that. I didn't see that anywhere. Get that in there. Where's my hammer? I think that's tight. That is good. There we go. Backfilled and around where the drain comes out. It'll hold that block forward some around that bush. That should be good for now. So as I progress along here, this bottom row I think is going to almost become level with the current layer of gravel that I've already compacted in. So instead of digging that out to keep it level, I'm going to go up one row and continue once I get to that point. So keep going. Seems like just about as good a time as any to put this Fernco fitting on. So this is going to go on here like this. That's fun. Doesn't really go on easily, does it? I don't know what the best way to put these on is. Just push it, push and twist. It's the right size, 4-inch. That's loose, so it's not getting any. Let's loosen it some more. I wonder if I heated that up some or something. It's popping on a little bit. It's just really difficult. I'd like to get one more rib. How much for one rib? Crust rock. Well, that's one end. So we're not going to tighten it too much. That's probably good. Yes. Yep, that's on. Wow. Really got to loosen this. There we go. That's on. That's what I like. Tighten that down forever. So now comes time to backfill, which is the best part. And I've just decided that because I have so many of these extra stones, I'm gonna backfill with the stones. Why not? I'll just put them behind this pipe. They don't even have to be neat. And then they'll get covered with gravel eventually. Why not? So there's what I got done today. And this is the idea. I'm just going to line all of that, the whole length of it, and just fill in with those extra stones. I mean, you can't get any better base than that, right? I mean, that's got to be solid. I don't know, fill in on top of the gravel. But I'm beat today. That is a good Monday. That's about all I got. So keep doing it tomorrow, but I've got a first row, and that's the big step, because now I just stack blocks on top of it. And when I get up to second row from the top, I'm going to put in a row of geogrid to lock everything in place before I top fill it with gravel. So that's what's coming up next. See you tomorrow. All right, well, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, this is the best part. I get to start backfilling with gravel. It's all tractor work, tractor and then the compactor. But yeah, I think all these extra blocks down here, hey, every one of these blocks is like $1 saved in gravel, right? So believe me, every dollar I save for putting diesel in that truck. It's going to be well needed. So anyway, yeah, I got to fill it up to here, so let's have some fun. Oh. Well, I know one thing for sure. 4 tons of gravel disappears fast. And yeah, it filled it some, but it didn't do it. I'm gonna have to get some more. Probably get 5 tons this next time. We'll go ahead and max out the trailer, see how it hauls. But this is looking pretty good already. I'm liking it. Yep, 2 more rows. Well, okay, so it's supposed to rain the rest of the day. That's why I'm quitting right now. That's it for today. So it's supposed to rain the rest of the day. It's coming. And the water will actually be good for this. Helps with compaction. So tomorrow I'm gonna get the compactor out and run over this a bunch of times. That would be the second time I'd have to rent it, by the way. And you know, you got to deal with the rain, you got to deal with the weather. You don't know when you're going to be able to get it. You don't know when you're going to be ready for it. So that's why I bought it. Anyway, enough about that. So compact it tomorrow and put another lift in. All right, well, that is very nicely compacted. And now all I need is a buttload more gravel. Now that I've got this all filled in nice and level with that course of block that I had laid there, all compacted and nice, now it's time to put in the geogrid, which locks this all together because I'm going to put in 2 more rows of retaining wall stone and then fill in on top of that to finish it off. Geogrid's next. That's it. The Great Wall is built. So a couple of features here. You know, I've got my drain. I've got that French drain, and that just runs with water when it rains. So it's working. That'll keep water from building up behind the wall and freezing in the winter. It's pretty straight. I think it's as good as I can do at least. So anyway, and you can see I got my trailer parked back here. Nice and out of the way. Really opens up the rest of the driveway. to be able to turn around, for delivery drivers to turn around, for parking when we have parties. All well compacted. Oh, one more thing I did a thing back here. So I had this drain over here that was just to keep the water that builds up over here from washing my stone away. Well, it just daylighted right over here, and I decided to just connect that pipe and run it straight into that. So I haven't decided. I've got some extra stone here. I might run the wall back and just cover this with dirt, or, you know, blend this and curve the driveway into the path. I don't know. I got to figure it out. So, but it is done. Couple of pointers on how, a couple of bullet points, and it cost roughly $1,000 to do it. It took me all of a month almost, at least, to do the project, and I'm happy with it. I think it turned out great. It turned useless space for me into very useful space, and I don't know. I think it turned out just fine. Tell me what you think in the comments. Appreciate you watching. Hey, we're almost at 500. Well, we're still shy of 500, but we're getting there, getting close to 500 subscribers, and that's fantastic, because like I say, the more subscribers I get and the more compliments I get from you guys, the more tips I get from you guys. Somebody told me, I towed the trailer, I towed all that gravel, they're like, you got to get a better drop hitch for your truck, and they're absolutely right. So I'm on that, and I thank you very much for the advice. But anyway, that's what I'm here for. You know, we learn from each other. So another good project, another success, and on to the next, which will be clearing out and burning and leveling all of that area that we cleared, that 1/4 acre of woods. I've got a lot of grapple work and a lot of box blade, and then soon enough, I think by the end of this month, I'm supposed to have my rototiller, which will be just in time to rototill it all and make it nice and smooth. So that's the next project, and can't wait to start on it. So we'll see you then.